Hello, my name is Andy Caballero, and in this presentation, I'm going to talk about the most important issue that Chicano Studies has provided to its students is the needed the need to recognize and validate the experiences and contributions of Chicano people in the U.S., as well as an insight into the social, political, economical, uh, philosophical, and historical issues that have impacted the Chicanox and the Latinx communities in order to help learn and give a platform for the voices and perspectives of Chicano people to be heard and understood. In showcases u- where this was used was when a student named Carlos used this connection in order to learn more and improve his education on ethnic studies in order to teach. In the research review, the academic and social va- value of ethnic studies by Christine E. Sleater was stated that at first Carlos had no interest in more school, but his friend was enthusiastic that Carlos finally decided to go see what Chicano studies was all about. That hooked him on education for the first time in his life. The curriculum was centered on his reality. Carlos completed 2 years of community college, taking as many Chicago studies courses as possible, then went on to complete a BA degree in Spanish. In the process, he became an avid reader about Mexican vaquero culture and accumulated a mini library on at his home on this subject. He he went to continue his education in order to teach, which, to my knowledge, he is still doing today. End quote. To me, this sounds like one of the issues provided for a student in that course in order to learn more about the history and change their ideals and how they connect with the ethnicity. Another one of these issues in which was provided was the word that was generally used to group people in Latinx community. In the Teen Vogue article, The Problematic History of the World Hispanic, by Araceli Cruz, she quoted that Pierce says, explaining how the term can miss the nuance of an identity like Afro Latinx by grouping it in with white Latinx, so it erases people's mixed heritages, their families, their stories, by making people identify with the whiteness of Spain and virtues of that particular term. The term has always held a heaviness for me. Whenever it was used in my presence, it felt like an indication that the the that the person that using the it carried an intolerance for my culture. From what I took from this is that the word Hispanic manages to take away the individuality from those of the Latinx community, in which, in a way, they were being somewhat discriminated in situation when filling out form, having to identify themselves in a group that the government chose and not giving their freedom in order to be given a real representation of their individual ethnic background, but instead being grouped and being grouped all under the word Hispanic. A third issue in which Chicano studies what provided provided was the unrecognition of the brown Berets woman. In the Los Angeles Times, the article How Female Brown Berets Created Their Own Chicano Movements states, from the brown Berets, we have been treated as nothings And not as revolutionary sisters, they wrote, we have found that the brown beret men have oppressed, oppressed, oppressed us more than the pig system. This is this issue was provided as the discrimination and inequality that was given given to the women who have contributed to the U.S. And that even though they have contributed and done their part, even by their own people, they're discriminated by their sex. To me, this comes to show that even in trying to fight for the same cause, there will always be another issue within the group fighting for the same cause. This last issue also has been provided with needing to be recognized for their contribution in the reading the necessary theater of a Royal Chicano Air Force by Ella Marie Diaz states some of the contributions in which the Air Force has an identity suited the group, since many members have served in the U.S. Armed Forces during the Korean conflict or the Vietnam War. The Air Force identity also helped members respond with a sense of duty to the urged needs of Sacramento's Chicana community. End quote. This has shown enough what they have contributed and in which they initiated the Barrio Art program as curricula that brought university into Sacramento's inner city to engage local youth and the elderly in art and cultural practices. This to me was a way in order to provide more than what was being given at the time in order to help with the youth and elderly connect with their culture. Overall, Chicano X Studies has provided a valuable perspective on a wide range of issues that are important to Chicano X and Latinx communities. For Chicano X and Latinx people, it is important to learn about these issues in order to understand their own experiences and to be able to advocate for themselves and their communities. For people who are not part of these communities, it is important to learn about these issues in order to gain a better understanding of the experiences and perspectives of Chicano X and Latinx people, and to work building a more and inclusive and equitable society. And these are the sources. Thank you.